Can someone please explain to me how I am supposed to pay school, rent, gas, groceries without dying trying to do that? Please.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Why is it so expensive to just to live, to breathe? You want groceries tonight to cook family for 2 people, $60. And that's the Walmart brand stuff, $60. You want the nice stuff, you're going to be spending a minimum $100. Going to the grocery store makes me want to quit my job and pop out 2 kids so that I can file single unemployed to get food stamps. And this is not me shaming those people, because I've thought about it. I ain't gonna lie. I had to go to the doctor today, $175 for a 20-minute visit with insurance, with my insurance that I pay monthly, $175 for her to talk to me for 20 minutes. I wanted a coffee on my way there. Coffee. You want Starbucks? $20. That's almost an hour of work for me. 10 asses I had to wipe to get this coffee. And the barista didn't even make it the right color. Just why is everything so expensive?
How are y'all surviving in this economy? I'm not even trying to be funny. Everything costs $2 million. My Celsius, $6. If you live in a big city, the only way you're going to be able to save any type of money is if you lock yourself in a dungeon and never come out. Because the cost of living is just too expensive. And especially for this neighborhood, it just got gentrified.
Why is it costing just as much to stay home and cook a meal for you and your family as it would to go out and eat and sit down somewhere or grab fast food? There used to be a time where it was cheaper and more cost effective and made more sense to stay home and cook. And eating out was a privilege. Baby, it's the same now. Like, what's the difference? Like, I'm spending the same. You ain't got to worry about me.
Having one stream of income in today's economy is not enough. Like, y'all remember when you was able to actually work one job, and that one job paid your bills, paid your car note, paid your insurance, and you will still have a little money left over for you to enjoy for you and your family? Not today. It's like you are broke as soon as you get paid. As a matter of fact, you're broke before you even get paid, because you done already calculated how many bills you have to pay. So as soon as your check hits that bank account, that direct deposit, it goes right to them people. That's why having multiple streams of income is important. Hell, even the Bible tells us to have multiple streams of income because you never know what could happen. Like, this is ridiculous, man. The cost of gas is going up. The cost of groceries, carton of eggs are high as hell, bro. Your health insurance, your car insurance. I think car insurance is one of the biggest scams ever, but that's another conversation. All I'm saying is, man, you got to try to figure out a way to get another stream of income. I don't know how. I don't have the answers. If I get the answers, I will share, but you got to find a way, man, because having one stream of income is not enough. Sometimes I understand why people get involved in the crime life. I'm not saying I am, but when you look at your paycheck, you're like, yo, it got to be another way.
All right, you guys, so we are living in an economy where things are really hard for people. People are just trying to navigate the day to day. The price of living is going up. Everything is just so crazy right now. On top of that, people are dealing with silent battles that they're fighting every day. Mental health issues, depression, all kinds of things that are beyond their control. But they're navigating it and they're figuring it out. With that being said, stop making everything so personal. Stop making everything about you. Extend grace to people. You never know what people are dealing with. And oftentimes we are too quick to make something personal and make it about us. They didn't text me back. It's just that. They didn't text you back. Stop creating a cycle of negative thoughts, making it about you, and then you're projecting your insecurities onto other people because you're stuck in this negative cycle of unhealthy thoughts without even communicating and properly addressing issues. With all of that being said, you guys, check on your people. Life is short. If they don't respond, they don't text you back immediately, don't always make it personal. Oftentimes we are too quick to cut people off and cancel people just because they didn't respond in a way that we wanted them to, when really they may just be dealing with life. Love y'all.
Y'all, times are hard. Like, this economy, we gotta do something about it. And like, my family, we making it, okay? We you know, have to pick and choose a little bit at the grocery store these days. But when I'm driving down the street and I go past a mattress store and I see a grown man, and I'm talking about probably 35, 40-year-old man, maybe older, and he's walking around in a one-piece footy pajama sheep outfit, trying to look like the Serta mattress sheep or something, carrying around a picket sign saying buy one get something on a mattress. Times are hard. You know that man don't want to be out here in no sheep suit. It's drizzling rain. Anyway, we gotta do something about this economy, because I ain't trying to see a grown man hurt like that. I do gotta give him credit though. He doing whatever it takes for his family, because that sheep costume, it don't do nothing for nobody. Bah.
So y'all know how people on TikTok and, you know, on social media in general has been saying, like, inflation is going up, people losing, like, their apartments because of rent prices and homes and just everything in general. Like, people are trying to make it seem like the economy is so bad. And I just don't see it. Every day when I walk outside, all I see is nice cars. I see people spending money wherever I go. I see Teslas and Wranglers and Jeeps, Chargers, Audis and Benzes. Like, I see people eating lobster and crab boils and steaks every day. Even in the poorest of poor communities, you got people still taking trips every day. You still got people spending money somehow every day. People are still buying drugs and still buying liquor and still buying weed every single day. So I really don't see how the economy is as bad as people trying to make it seem. Even with this high-ass gas prices, people are still driving every single day. I see people at the gas station every day. So I'm not convinced that the world is broke. I'm just not buying it no more. Now, granted, you do have some people that look like they don't have much. Like, it is some poor people out here, don't get me wrong, but majority of what I see is not broke. I'm just not buying it anymore. Like, I'm sorry. The world is not broke. The economy is not as trash as they trying to make it seem. It's just not true. Like, the house where I grew up in, this is where I grew up. My house was here, and now it's gone. I used to play in that house. I used to play here. Like, our environment is shitty. But look, nice car. Most people still have decent cars. Decent car. They're going, I know that lady. Decent car. It's like, I don't see broke around me. Yeah, like, our shit is not updated around us, like in the hood. But people out here good. And I said all that to say this. Like, I'm one of those people who want to band together with people and like get rid of this whole system and all this oppression and shit. But I think it's just me. I need to play catch up. I'm the one who need to figure out how to make an extra buck around here. Ain't nothing else wrong with the world. It's me.
Serious question. How are you guys surviving right now? So let me tell you, I am stressed to the fucking max. I had to decide if I was going to pay a babysitter for a full week so I could work, or if I was going to put food on the table. I work 3 jobs. Full-time at a gas company. You know, I get paid well. Work part-time. I do billing and data entry on the computer. And then I serve a couple days a week. And it's still not enough. I don't understand.
This is a temperature check. All my girl bosses, CEOs, entrepreneurs check in. If you're not, get out. But on a serious note, how are y'all doing in this economy? How's y'all's businesses doing in this economy? Because for me, ever since March, it's just taken decline. So if you don't know what I do, I'm actually an agency owner. I own a creative agency called The Social Bar, which is a digital creative agency that articulates dreams into content. We service B2B, B2C, entrepreneurs, and small businesses. And I've had my agency for 3.5 years and it was booming, honey. But this year, the elections and everything just, but what I'm saying is like, because of that now, there's no shame. I'm looking for a 9-to-5 and I have employees to pay. I got bills to pay. So this is what we're doing right now. What y'all doing? But here's the thing. I came on here to vulnerably say that in all seriousness, if you're going through it right now, just remember it doesn't last forever. Okay, it's just right now. Do whatever you can right now to get your workflows in order, your bills in order. If you have to go and get a job for a little bit, that's completely okay. And do whatever you need to do because you're being refined in this moment and you're being tested. And so it's important. Like I say this because, girl, I'll be having my mental breakdowns. I do. But in all seriousness, the most important thing is to stay grounded. Don't let anxiety come into you. Don't let your mind fool you. Stay focused. This is not a race. It's a marathon. Go at your own pace. Don't look left. Don't look right. What's in front of you and what is God telling you to do right now in this season? Don't let the enemy tempt your mind. Stay strong, babes.
We're both broke. TikTok, so if y'all could like this video, that'd be good. What? I said we're both broke. We had to call the bank to see if we had any money in the bank first, so
I've been broke for about 2 weeks. Barely scraping by.
Hey, I'm just wondering if anybody's okay. And I mean anybody, because I have already made the decision on July 5th. That scared me. I've already made the decision on July 5th that I can't spend anything. I'm already looking for somewhere to sell Air Forces if anybody is financially stable to buy Air Forces right now. But I just want to know if you pay like rent and utilities and some sort of like insurance, car insurance or like whatever. I just want to know, like, are you okay? Like, are you buying food this month? Because I've made the decision I can't. That's not happening this month. I have about $1,600 due in just bills. I can't eat. I'm not eating. So I just need to make sure I'm not the only person going through this because I've been sleeping quite a bit. Eat and sleep.
Who actually has the money for like new shoes? New Air Forces? Nobody has the money for that. Come on. I would advise her to increase her income. Have another job or two and just see how you can earn more. That's pretty much it.
I want to know how people are surviving, how people are living, how people can even function. Like, because we cannot. It's already Tuesday and we have spent $730.65. My paycheck was only $516.23 for 2 weeks. You do the math on that one.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
I'm still hearing a lot of Americans say things like the dream for all Americans right now is to just leave America. And of course, I get where that sentiment is coming from because I have also had that same experience and I have left America. I've lived outside of this country twice now, once in Hungary and once in Ethiopia. So I get it because I've been there. But part of me also kind of feels like the whole conversation around Americans dreaming to leave America feels to me similar to the conversation around how Americans love to like dream about like the like Armageddon or like the end of the world or like rapture type events. because it's actually rooted in the fact that it would erase any accountability that needs to take place on our part. People think it would erase our carelessness or our inaction to take care of one another or hold our representatives responsible and hold ourselves responsible. The conversation around wanting to and desiring to leave America is starting to feel kind of like that. And I think it's important to remember that, one, you can't really escape U.S. imperialism. From someone who has lived outside of the country, it will follow you fucking everywhere. And two, I recognize that America is the problem, or at least a huge problem. And at this stage in my life, having tested the theory of leaving and realizing like, oh, you really can't escape this shit, I'm now back in America. And I feel like it's part of our responsibility, especially for me being someone who was born here and spent most of my life here. I feel like it's part of my responsibility to stay here and fight to dismantle this shit. I grew up here, so I understand the fucked up ideologies. I used to be an evangelical, so I definitely understand that part of it as well. There's far more I can do from within this awful ass country than from trying to hide by gallivanting around the world to somewhere else. And not to mention, I believe that climate change is going to start to be much more of an issue than what we're seeing right now. And I feel like I'm much more effective to fight for liberation within the country where I grew up, within America, in a space that is more familiar to me, while also battling the consequences of climate change that are soon going to be hard to ignore. So it's not really about what's good or bad, but it's more so about what's more strategic. Because if you think that packing up your family and moving out of America is going to save you from having to take any part of this fight for collective liberation, I think you would be hard-pressed to find someplace in this world that is not going through any kind of massive shifts in their systems and people who have been oppressed fighting back for their rights. It's happening everywhere. And we all have a part to play right here from within the belly of this beast that is America.
Okay, but can we talk about how absolutely traumatic being unemployed actually is? And the emotional aftermath you experience even after you finally get a job? Earlier this year, I was laid off for the very first time in my life, and it really came out of completely nowhere. Like, to the point during my little exit interview, layoff, whatever you want to call it, they told me that I was so awesome and that they really didn't deserve me, but like they still had to let me go. If I'm so awesome, why am I being let go? And then after that, I could not get a job for like 3+ months. After applying to 400+ jobs, I only got one part-time offer and one full-time offer, which is where I work currently. And as much as I would love to only work part-time, I have to pay my own rent, so I needed full-time. Plus I gotta feed this child right here. And I've been employed for about like a week or two now, and I gotta say, I'm still incredibly traumatized from my last job. Yeah. Because at my last job, I was being told every day how awesome I was and how much they loved me and how much I was killing it. And then I got laid off. And now I'm in this completely different career field. I feel like so overwhelmed and like I'm struggling to find my footing because like it's just a completely different thing. But also no one really talks about how when you're unemployed for so long, your life just becomes something else entirely. It's you fighting to get employed again. You spend every day applying to jobs. You're counting your pennies every which way to make sure that you don't spend up all your savings before you can land a new job. And you're just trying to find ways to rest and recuperate, to help yourself not go insane while trying to find a job. Because I was like scaling up the walls by the time I actually got employed again. And now I'm employed and it's just like, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm so tired, because I went from not working every day to now I'm working full time, and I'm so grateful. I am so grateful to be employed again. Oh my God, to have a paycheck. I cannot wait for my first paycheck. I'm so ready. But it is a really big shift, and I think because I was laid off, it wasn't like I quit my job, like I was let go, even though they loved me. I now go into work every day in fear that it's going to happen again.
I'm just so like anxious and overwhelmed, and I'm like putting all this pressure on myself. And I do therapy, I meditate every day, but it's still so hard. It is so hard because it's just trauma. Who knew getting laid off could be so traumatic? And I genuinely want to know if like anyone else out there that has experienced layoffs, or they needed to leave their job for something that was kind of out of their control. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I feel so overwhelmed, and I literally cried at work today because I've just had so much emotional baggage on me that I hadn't fully verbalized. And honestly, I just feel like so lost and confused because like I'm literally 23. How have I already experienced a layoff? Like, why is this happening? What the fuck am I doing with my life? What am I supposed to do from here? Like, what do I even want to do with my life? I don't know. I'm just confused. I'm just a girl trying to figure it out, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just grateful to have a paycheck again, but oh my god, this is a lot. This is a lot of change in just a short period of time.
What I have learned in life is that the best way to ensure employment for yourself, always have a plan B when it comes to jobs. Always. Never ever depend on solely one job. It is a trap. It's always a trap. Always have various sources of income. Always have a plan B and a plan C. Because in this life, things happen. You get fired, you just have to be careful out there, guys.
Let's talk about struggle money. We all know not all money is good money, but struggle money is barely money at all. Struggle money is basically money that you get that you can barely live by. You can't buy groceries, you can't barely buy anything. You can't necessarily say that you're living in a budget because it's not really a budget at all. Buying like a 10-cent candy could mess up that type of income, which is really sad. In other words, you are getting paid poverty wages, or like third world income. You ever seen those commercials where people are making like $1 a day? Bruh, I'm damn near there. A matter of fact, people that beg probably make way more money than me. Now the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm actually working for Uber, and for those that know. Working for Uber is the true definition of struggle money. And yes, I have heard this before from regular drivers because I actually ride an electric scooter. Well, I mean an electric bike. And even the regular drivers tell them that they barely make money. And they're in cars. That's why they rather do regular Uber than actually Uber Eats. Because you kind of have to depend on the tips to make real money. And I think they take it from the tips now for some reason. I've been working for Uber for damn near like 2 months, and I only made $600. $600 in 2 months, bro. That's truly like third world income. And like I said before, beggars on the street make more money than them. No gas. I remember seeing this short documentary of some lady that was begging, right? She had like dirty clothes on, got up and walked to some type of luxury car. That's something that Uber Eats drivers will never be able to do. I know this is part of the new digital shared economy, but the digital shared economy it's not a real economy, guys. Well, not no economy minds. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Deuces.
Y'all, I'm just coming on here to vent because I'm freaking sick and tired of this economy and this inflation and the things that are going on in this world today. Why do I have to struggle? Like, is everybody else out there struggling, or is it just us? Because we are a 2-income household and we're literally barely making ends meet. Like, make that make sense. I don't understand. How are y'all surviving? Like, literally, I used to never be a person where my bills were late, or I had to float bills around during certain times of the month or whatever. I used to be the person that always paid their bills on time. Always. And I can't even do that right now because of how the economy is. Because it's either I'm picking between this bill or having groceries in the house. Now, what would you fucking choose? Because I'm just at a loss for words, and I want to know who the hell thought that this was a good idea for everybody to struggle like this and just do this day to day. It's freaking nuts. And I'm on the struggle bus over here, and I'm venting because there's got to be some other people out there that are dealing with the same stuff, and it is so unfair.
Everyone talks about how nice it is to live in a city, and yeah, it is nice, but it's not nice that I literally can't do anything I want because it's so expensive to live here. And it's not fun having to work living in a city. Not fun paying for everything in the city. And if you want to make more money, you have to work more, so then you have less free time. I can't go into Sephora and get whatever I want whenever I feel like it. I wish I could just have it all and work towards actually being able to have it all. But I could work for the rest of my life and still not have it all because the economy sucks and we live in 2023. So that's why we're all suffering together.
Okay, y'all. Man, I'm crying for real right now. Like, I make $50,000 a year. $50,000 a year. My kids and I moved into my now husband's house after me living the single mom life for 3.5 years. And we move in with him, and he still pays all the bills. And my $50K, tell me why my $50K a year is only paying for food, gas, groceries, car payment, car insurance, and like little small debt payments every month. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do out here, guys? We can't afford our lives. Like, I'm 35 fucking years old. And you know what's crazier is I'm lucky enough to have like worked my ass off to like create jobs for myself over the last couple of years. And every single year I have managed to have a job that has paid me more, and it doesn't fucking matter because everything just keeps getting more expensive. Oh, y'all, I'm so tired of being discouraged. But like, I've basically like, if you go on Indeed or any of these other job sites, I know so many of you have experienced this. You apply to like hundreds of jobs. Nobody gets back to you, or you don't get the job because of XYZ reason. And guess what? The job can't even pay for your fucking life. Like, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, what in the fuck? Like, what are we doing? Like, how do we get this to change? Do they just want us to like fucking rot and die? And like be homeless? My kids go to public school. I don't have a fancy car. We don't have a fancy house. I don't buy extra shit. I'm just like going to the grocery store every week, every few days going, I can't believe I just spent another $150 just to feed my kids. What the
I don't know if I'm like shooting myself in the foot here because I have been interviewing for such great companies, but did anybody else get a degree in computer science and is going back to school to get like additional skills elsewhere? Because I just feel as if the expectations have gotten so ridiculous, and every time I open up about it, I get told that I was a diversity hire that was first to get clipped. I get told that it's a skill issue, but it has been like so competitive, and doing 6 rounds of interviews just to get told, oh no, sorry, we don't have it in the budget right now to hire another dev. It has been getting, just so disheartening. And it's like, I just like want a role where there's very clear expectations. I'm so tired of like a 15-minute phone call and then like a LEET code assessment and then a 1-to-1, then a whiteboarding assessment like in person, and then you meet with the team again just to get told no. It's been kind of like, it's been getting like a little miserable, if I'm allowed to say that.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.